Hi everybody, welcome back to JDreef. My name's Ross. Today's video is just going to be a quick one showing you how the clownfish are doing after their treatment. Okay, so like I said there, this video is just going to be a quick one, giving you a kind of update on how the clownfish are doing. I started treating them on Wednesday, so it's been a few days now since that. We'll kind of start from the start. As you'll notice, they're not in the main tank just now, they're still in the hospital tank which is downstairs. I'll take you down and show you that in a bit. I want to start off this video by just saying thank you very much to everybody who's got in touch since I put up the last video. I've had loads of guys offering help and advice, loads of different opinions on what it could be. I don't think anybody's really said it definitely is one thing or the other. Quite a lot of uncertainty. I think the most common thing that came up quite a lot was a condition, or a viral condition, called, let me see if I can get this right, Lymphocystis. I think that's how you say it. So Lymphocystis, or cauliflower as it's sometimes known, is what people thought that the most common kind of thing with the clownfish was. Did do a bit of research on this. I can see why people think it could be that. I'm not saying it's not, I'm not saying it is, I don't know. So the long and short of that, if it is that, there is no cure, so I just need to kind of try and treat that as best as I can. Good news and bad news. So I suppose the good news with that is it's not going to kill the fish. Bad news is it's always going to have it. Now that comes down to several things. It can be stress, it can be water quality and so on. So if you reduce the stress and keep the water quality decent, then the fish should be okay. So if that is what it is, then we just need to manage that with keeping the water quality right, reducing the stress. I have checked all the water parameters time and time again and haven't found anything that's caused any issues. So fingers crossed, we'll just need to go from there. Now it might not be that, it could be anything. I guess what I want to say is a massive thank you to everybody again for all of the advice. There was one person whose advice I followed straight away, which was JDreef on YouTube. If you don't follow JDreef already, go and have a look at his channel. Fellow Scottish reefer, stuff's really good. Guy knows what he's talking about, he's been on it for a long time and his tank's stunning. So if you can, head over and look at JDreef's YouTube channel. And thanks again very much for your comments. What JD had suggested was take the fish out of the display tank and give them a freshwater bath in just RODI water. 5 minutes maximum, keep an eye on them, make sure they're alright. So that's what I'd done. Didn't film it, pointless. I was getting stressed out myself, too much stress at the fish, so lifted the fish out with the net. Bit of a nightmare to catch them from there, but lifted them out, put them into a small container with some fresh RODI water in it. For about, I think I left them about 4 minutes, kind of started to panic a bit after that, but the fish seemed fine, they were swimming a bit okay, so done the freshwater bath with them, freshwater dip, then took them out of that and put them in the hospital tank. I let them settle in for a couple of days, just left it clean water before I added any treatments, and then on Wednesday I started the first treatment. Now this was as JDreef had suggested, which was basically Melifix and Pymafix, I think it's pronounced. So this is the API treatment. This is them here. So what I've been doing since they're in the hospital tank, now the tank that I've got downstairs is roughly, I'm going to say it holds about 25 litres, I think there's about 20 litres in it, so I've been dosing this per 20 litres. Now that works out to 2.5 mil, so I've just been taking a syringe every day, 2.5 mil of the Melifix and 2.5 mil of the Pymafix. That seems to be working. To start with I was a bit kind of unsure, but as times went on and I've looked at the fish daily, it's definitely healed a lot. What you will see, I'll put the clip in a minute, I'll go downstairs and have a look, but what you will see is the wound itself seems to have healed. There is what almost looks like a small section of fish bone, it might not be, it could just be something hanging out. That looks to be hanging down a wee bit. Other than that, the fish, I mean, it's still healthy, it's still swimming out fine, and there's no issue, it's still feeding, everything seems great. So, touch wood, it's getting better. I'm going to finish this treatment of the API Melifix and Pymafix and see how it gets on. I'm then probably going to move on to the NT Lab stuff. Now I've got the anti-fluking wormer, I don't think that's any point, but the main thing I'm going to do is the paratonical. Now this is a botanical support basically for recovery, so if I decide that's me finished with the API stuff, I'll dose this in the tank, and like I say, it's a botanical, it's to support basically the regrowth after you've done the treatment. So I think that's the route I'm going to go down. Haven't 100% decided yet, but I'm pretty sure that's where we'll go. So I've waffled on for long enough now. I'll take you downstairs and show you how the fish are doing, and I'll catch you up after that. Okay, so that's how the fish are doing. Hopefully you could see in those clips there the kind of improvements that we've had from previous. There is a noticeable improvement from me anyway, and yeah, it seems to be going quite well. I did fail to mention that I've got the Chem Ammonia alert in the tank downstairs. You might have seen that in the clip there. That just lets me know way in advance if the ammonia levels are building up in that tank. Now I have moved media from this tank into the other tank downstairs, you'll have seen. A couple of hiding places, just been checking that everything's alright. So fingers crossed we're on the up. Just need to keep a close eye on it, and I'll do another update for you guys if there's any improvements and at the next stage that we're at. So once again, thanks again for all your help, advice, support, really appreciate it. Fingers crossed with all you guys help and our actions that we can get through this and fish will be better. So yeah, thank you very much. Don't forget to check out my Instagram page at bearded.reef, and I know I say it in every video, but I'm going to say it again. If you could like and subscribe to this video, that'd be great, really appreciate it. Everybody that clicks subscribe really helps the channel grow, so that's great. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll read every one of them. So once again, thanks very much folks, take care, stay safe out there, bye bye.